Arise.
Solo leveling is peak entertainment. Go ahead.
Fight me.
I know some of you out here hate fun and don't like to enjoy what you watch, but that ain't me. Solo leveling is so fun and entertaining. If you want to be salty and hate on it, take your pucker face elsewhere. Everything about this manhwa adapted anime is done in a way that feels fresh and new. Other adaptations that have been released of Korean webtoons and manhwa like Tower of God, God of High School, how many gods are there? Noblest, Lookism, they don't compare. They feel old and stale before you even get into the anime. Oh, there is another tournament to be the best fighter. Yay! Another vampire that's trying to fit in with the humans. Boring. Another body swap retread where the ugly fat kid is now beautiful and popular. Yeah, it's been done. Not interested. Solo leveling basically popularized a genre, and others have been riding its coattails ever since. And with its popularity, it gassed up the whole necromancer subgenre of manhwa. After it came out, and there were a lot of them copying Solo Leveling's homework. It was also the biggest dungeon delving leveling up series to come out at its release, and there have been a lot that have come out since. And they all are riding on Sung Jin-woo's back like a pack of attention-starved kids, so I had been waiting for this anime for a while, ever since I blazed through the manhwa in literal days, and finally, in this glorious year of 2024, we received this gift for our hearts and minds. So in case you haven't watched it yet, I'm going to give you a brief explanation and overview of Solo Leveling. Sung Jin-woo is a Korean man that lives in a world where gates have begun appearing that open up to dungeons that contain magical creatures and treasures. People have started awakening special powers within themselves to go into these dungeons and fight the monsters and loot the goodies. They are known as hunters, and Sung Jin-woo is known as the weakest of all hunters. It's a running gag that if he's coming to a dungeon, it's going to be a cakewalk, because otherwise, he would be destroyed. Hunter Sung continues to hunt despite this, as his mother is sick with a mysterious illness that can't be cured by magic or modern medicine. So, he must go into the dungeons to try to continue her treatment that keeps her alive, because he has to find the magic stones that he turns in for money and pays for her treatment. Because of this, he enters a dungeon that it turns out is not what it seems, a dungeon that was ranked D and considered to be a very typical easy dungeon, but it was hiding a dark surprise. So this is where the actual story of Solo Leveling picks up. After Hunter Sung braves what became known as the Double Dungeon incident, he now has an interface that he alone has access to. This allows him to monitor his stats and actually level up just like an RPG. Unlike other hunters that can only hone their skills that they were blessed with, Hunter Sung does not stop growing. He alone can level up and increase his rank among the other hunters. Now, the first season of Solo Leveling really set the stage for what is to come next, because it was world building and stage setting. Didn't I just say that? Sung Jin-woo goes through hell, literally, to become a monster among men. I would have liked it if they had done a 24 episode first season, but this is really setting the stage for what's going to happen next season, and I am just salivating waiting for the next season. Trailing swallows. So since I think they did the series dirty with a 12 episode opener, I am going to let you know what I think was done well in season 1. First, the voice actors used sounded great across all the languages that I checked out. The English VA, Alex Lee, did a great job of conveying Sung's emotion and his mannerisms without sounding wooden or over the top. I very much enjoyed listening to him as he nailed what I picture Hunter Sung sounding like. He nails Jinwoo's dry delivery and often snarky comments. When Jinwoo is fighting, you feel the energy of every battle cry as he fights off powerful foes. What else would you expect from the VA that did Zenitsu in the English dub of Demon Slayer? The Japanese and Korean VAs did a solid job as well. The other characters, Sungjin Ah, Lee Joo-hee, Yojin Cho, all sounded very natural and engaging. I have, well, no complaints at all, to be honest. All the VAs in the English dub did a great job. I might rewatch just to get the full Korean VA experience. It's fun to see little differences, and I would like to see if the Korean will use the Korean honorifics used in the manhwa and light novel. Dude. Speaking of voice actors, we need to talk about the characters in Season 1 of Solo Leveling. Sung Jin-woo is the protagonist and main character of the story. He is a man that is known as the weakest hunter to exist, and rightfully so.
At first,
until that fateful day when he entered the double dungeon that changed his life. Jinwoo is a man that is continually doing what he can to support his sister, who is in school, and his mother, who is in the hospital in a coma due to her sickness that led to the condition known as the eternal slumber. He continues to go on raids to pay for her medical expenses that keep her alive. Jinwoo is a man that continues to grow in power and ability in the series, seeking stronger and more powerful opponents so that he can continue to gain power to protect everyone dear to him. On his journey, he meets Yoo Jin-ho, the son of one of the richest men in Korea and a man-child that wants to start his own guild to prove himself to his father that he is a capable man and heir to him. That's pretty much the two characters that matter in Season 1, but worth mentioning, although they don't have a massive impact in it, are Lee Joo-hee, who is a part of the Double Dungeon raid and a healer that was constantly fixing the weakest hunter of them all. Then we also have Cha Hae-in, an S-rank hunter and massive talent in the world of solo leveling, and a subordinate to her guildmaster. Choi Jong-in is known as the ultimate soldier, and he is one of, if not the most powerful in the mage class hunters. Finally, Go Gun-hee, a retired S-rank hunter and current head of the Korean Hunters Association, and he is a powerful man that can still fight with the best despite his age and retirement. Next, the action. The fights look so good you didn't get lost watching it, and you felt the impact from the blows, the sound effects that followed the movement, and action without distracting and smothering them in noise. When Jinwoo fights the subway serpent, you really feel his desperation as he is on the ropes after just getting his confidence as a hunter. It's the mountain of a foe for him to climb, and he is ready to surmount this peak even though it outclasses him. Jinwoo will rise to the occasion. Then when he fought Igris, even though I knew the outcome, I was transfixed watching Hunter Sung get beaten like a ragdoll as he struggled to overcome the raw power of the Blood Red Knight on the job acquisition quest. You definitely felt the high stakes as he struggled through the ordeal and fought for his life until he was barely standing. Third, the way the story is paced and was played out was not boring. It kept your attention as you watched Jinwoo grow from the double dungeon and continue to fight stronger opponents, barely scraping by in situations where others would give up. Jinwoo perseveres and will not be stopped. I also really like how the anime introduced the concept of power and corruption. It's not something that often is explored in anime and how it affects the powerless. Not everyone in this world has fantastical powers, and those with them often behave as if they are above the law. Absolute power absolutely corrupts, as they say, and I think Solo Leveling did a great job of introducing and addressing this theme. There is even a little extra side stories that are interesting and don't take away from the main story so that the anime only watchers have a little something as well. Fourth, I really like the buildup of both Jinwoo's character and abilities. He doesn't start out with some cheat skill. No. He has to train and grow to become more powerful, and he continually is pushed to his limits as he grows. He thinks like a real person that wants to leave when he is facing those impossible obstacles, even if the system or enemies won't let him at times. Jinwoo will persevere and find a way. Sung Jinwoo does not seek power for the sake of gaining power either. He wants to protect his mother and sister and those he is close to. Jinwoo is not a white bread wonder hero. He's complicated, and he has faults and doubts. As the story progresses, we see how Jinwoo grows and deals with the dichotomy of his morals and obligations as a Shadow Monarch. There's obviously a lot left out from the entire story overall. I honestly can't wait for Season 2 because this is where Solo Leveling really shines. From the Demon Castle to Jeju Island, we are in for one wild ride with Sung Jinwoo at the wheel. Lastly, the animation. Every frame of Solo Leveling is like a dessert for your eyes. A decadent treat that should be savored and thought about. A1 Pictures took great care to bring the glossy manhwa pages to life, and they succeeded in every way, from the sweat dripping from Jinwoo's brow to the bruises on his arm from defending against a powerful opponent, and the blood that spurts when someone or something gets sliced into. Everything looks incredible, and when Jinwoo uses a special ability and his eyes glow with that power, you have to pick your jaw up off the floor because it looks stunning. Nothing in this looks cartoony or cheesy, and all the monsters look like something you would not want to meet in a spooky dungeon. Overall, I give Solo Leveling Season 1 a 4.7 out of 5. It is paced well, the action flows, and the story is good, even if it's just set up for Season 2. My only real complaint is there's not enough episodes. But if you don't know what's coming next, get ready, because it's gonna be absolutely phenomenal. Season 2 has already been confirmed and is coming before the end of this year, 2024. supposedly, barring setbacks and things. From what I've heard and read, I cannot wait. I am so excited for the next season, where Jinwoo takes on the Shadow Monarch mantle, and we get to see him gain his followers. The interactions he has with his shadow soldiers are some of my favorite parts of the manhwa. I absolutely can't wait. Thanks for watching my video, guys. I really appreciate your time. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe and comment to let me know. If you think solo leveling is garbage and want to set me straight, leave me a comment for a better manhwa turned anime to check out. I will. Promise.
Arguing in the comments is one of my favorite parts of making a video.
Thanks again for watching, guys. It really means a lot. This has been the Saucy Senpai. Keep watching great anime and always stay dreaming.